The time is nigh. Open up your eyes to see the signs of the time. Got to be wise to all of their lives. Look to the sky from where my help comes. Wake up, got to wake up from the slumber. Don't let them pull you under. Rise up above the water. Never let them wrestle you into the mud.
Yes. Yes, greetings in the name of His and Her Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, Empress Rosea Menin. Yes, family. One perfect balance. Greetings and welcome to Politically Incorrect, where we get it correct. And if we're not correct, feel free to correct us. And sorry for coming in a little later than expected. Having some mic issues. And I don't think it's the mic itself. I think it's the settings of the mic. So I need y'all to do me a favor. Give me a sound check. Give me a sound check. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Tell me how it's sounding up on in cyberspace. Tell me if it's an echo, if you're getting the same feedback. I was getting a little slight pan feedback earlier. It wasn't sounding as clear. It was a little feed. But let me know what y'all. Let me know how it sounded, man. Give me some feed for it. I think I'm gonna have to. Yeah, you're gonna have to figure something out with this. But anyhow, let me know if y'all can hear me, because it wouldn't make any sense. I'm here talking and y'all not hearing me. So I hope I've got it sorted out. The cables, everything is plugged in. Yeah, it might just be, like I said, a setting, because yeah, it might be a setting, but we're gonna work on it. The effects right here. It could be the reverbs. It could be the reverbs. I don't know. I'm suspecting it could be the levels. Let me see. Trying to think. Let me know how it's coming out though. Let me know. Y'all let me know. Jackie said so. Oh, Noel. Hey, Noel. What's up, Noel? We see you. Greetings, welcome, fam. Miss Critchlow, greetings, divine greetings to everyone as well. Jackie, we see you. I can still kind of hear a little echo though. I can hear it. I'm not sure if y'all are hearing it, but I can definitely hear it here in the studio. Yeah, we gonna work on that, man. Like I said, it's most likely a setting, and once I get it sorted out, we gonna know. That might be a little better right there. Y'all can let me know. I think that sounds a little better. She said it sounds great. Beverly. About last night, Beverly. About last night. If the world only knew. Shout out to Fade, by the way. Beautiful meeting first night. It was wonderful. Shout out to Jackie, about last night. But anyhow, divine greetings to you, Sunflower. What is the law of taxation? Listen, what is the law of taxation? We're going to get into it tonight. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Y'all don't want to miss this at all. We're going to discuss this. Perhaps not as in depth, but we're going to definitely plant some seeds. And if you want to know what's going on, yo, Kevin, when you get a chance, man, you're going to come and help me set this thing properly, because I know you was the audio man, studio man. So yeah, I think it's the levels in terms of the reverbs and whatnot. Because like I said, it was give me a little feed forward, but I just tweaked something right there. I just kind of heard somebody in my head whisper, try this. Anyhow, Alex is answering the question. Alex is saying taxation is slavery, straight up. Shout out to Alex, man. Shout out to Ann Welch as well. Shout out to everyone that's here thus far. My apologies for Friday night. Y'all already know there's never a dull moment. There's never a dull moment. But I give thanks to all those who checked on me. No, they didn't kidnap me and nothing like that. It was a technical glitch. But like I said, we're gonna get stuff organized. We're gonna get it sorted out. We're gonna fix it. Give thanks, my brother. Beverly, yes, Beverly, about last night. Let's keep that between you and I. You know who did you know what? All right. It's all good, family. But before we go too much deep in this thing, I got some stuff I want to share tonight. Got 1 or 2 videos. Ooh, I'm gonna how I'm gonna approach this, man. I'm trying to see how I'm gonna approach this, but income tax, you know, the government is always talking about the income tax, and I was telling someone up to recently in a conversation when it comes to taxation, and Alex kind of hit the nail on the head out the door, like he ain't even waste no time. You know, a lot of people think that the tax that the government take from you, that they extort from you, on the guise of, you know, for the sake of the nation, you know, education and roads and all this kind of stuff. Income tax, your income tax does not go towards any of that. None of it. We're gonna look it up. We're gonna look it up. I want somebody to show me otherwise. You know, if we're not correct, let's get it correct. Oh, by the way, I didn't get a chance to read it, but I saw a paper today. You know, it was all great. It was interesting paper, and I was Nation News. You know, you really can't really trust the Nation that's always. So you gotta really read the Nation with a grain of salt. According to Aunt Rose, you gotta take it with a pinch of salt. You know, if you don't know, you gotta definitely read it with a pinch of salt. But what caught my attention was it the fact that the who was this guy? The Anglican bishop is claiming that there's a number of atheists a concern for Anglican bishop, which I thought was quite interesting. The bishop is claiming that the atheists, a lot of people ain't checking for God like they used to. He's getting concerned. This is the guy that run the Anglican Church, the church in Barbados that has amassed a vast majority of land in Barbados on the heels of slavery and those that were murdered, crimes committed. And the church up to now ain't separated itself from the crime. They ain't separated itself from the crime or the wealth. But he concerned about the atheists. This is crazy, But anyhow, what brought my attention to the Nation today was this part here. I had a thorn in my side, man. It said thorn breaks silence. Democratic Labour Party. Aye. So, but nah, that's not what tonight is about. So we ain't touching that. But definitely, I got my popcorn. I got, I can make something to drink. I going to get into that a little later and see what silence was broken. I wonder if he gonna break the silence and tell the people in Barbados the truth about taxation. QC. Of course he can't because he's a king's counsel, so he can't go against the throne. We got some folks say easing in. Good night, family. Good night. If it's slavery, then I am not enslaved. Somebody said pirate, LOL. I get it. In other words, you ain't paying the taxes, huh? Yeah, I with you on that one, bro. I with you on that one, man. Sir Alfred, what's going on, man? Good night to you too, family. Viewers coming from Brooklyn, New York. Shout out to all the family in New York, NYC. Y'all already know. I see some folks here from Toronto. I see the folks here from England. I see folks here from the Caribbean, Barbados, Massachusetts. I see all you. I see you, man. Shout out to you too, Smiling Butterfly. Greetings to you too. Spreading good vibrations always. Yes, Noel, we see you, man. We see you, Noel. We see you. We got a link for you, Noel. I got to say, in fact, hold on a minute. Let me put the number up there on the screen for those now tuning in. Remember to tune into Politically Incorrect Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, usually at 8 o'clock, unless there's something else going on. But that's the time we coming in. We got to stick to that. Make sure you subscribe and like the page. It said that's for the algorithm. It's I got to keep telling you that. I don't see why you should know. You should know that you got to do your part. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you click the all bell so you get the notifications. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And the support, everything is there. The WhatsApp number is there as well. 838-8253. Give us a holler. We're getting on with Jackie and Beverly, this in-house boxing messaging. Like, when I go a secret here. Greetings and salutation, Rowan. I see you. Sean, I see you too, man. To be concerned, their incomes is dropping. You mean the church? Well, tithe and offering, huh? That's another form of income tax, by the way. Tithe and offering, another income tax, but that's a religious one. So you gotta be careful. You gotta tiptoe around that one, man. Misdirection of funds. Say one thing, do another. Man, Alex and Easy at all, man. Shout out to the Coalition of United Parties. The coup. Barbados Free Party. Lioness, we see you. We see you. Greetings, all. Greetings. Wait, you said I called in the brass act on that church article today. I tell off these so-called fake Christians. Well. I ain't even hear you was on brass tacks, Noel. You call a long way to tell the Christians, listen, do not tell off the Christians. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. There's a lot of people right now who believe what they're doing is the right thing. Let them you know, let them study to show themselves approved. The most we can do is encourage them, share knowledge, truth, wisdom, and spiritual understanding, according to Second uh, Corinthians something like 1:9 or something. So I can't remember the verse, but anyhow, let's share knowledge, wisdom, and spiritual understanding. That's it. We ain't gotta tell them off. Daffodil, we see you. We see you. Yes, yes, we see you too, Lioness, for sure. Greetings to you too, Empress, for sure. For sure. Big Pen in the building. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Empress in the building. Hail family. Ice cream boss right there, family. That's the ice cream boss. Anglican Church was big in and on slavery like Draxall Plantation. Anglican Church gave the blessing. You know they do it. Whatever they do. They gave the blessing, man. Mr. Clark, we see you, we see you, we see you, we see you, we see you. Wait. Noel said he used to be a deacon. I know the ins and out of the churches. Listen, Noel, we got to have a conversation. We got to have a conversation for sure, for sure, for sure. Anyhow, family, do me a favor, those on Facebook, make sure you push the heart button, throw some hearts up, throw some hearts up. One of our members, her family took ill last night and went to the hospital. She's back, her mother, she's back home now and she's resting. I want y'all to send nothing but kinetic energy. You know how we used to do. So go ahead and push that heart button a couple of times, man. Not too much so they don't block you, but make sure you send some hearts up, some energy to the sister. If you want YouTube as well, send some emojis up. Y'all already know how this thing go. And make sure that we send her nothing but kinetic energy, positive vibrations all day, every day. So the question tonight is, what is the law of taxation? Yeah, I got some stuff to share. So let me just go and jump into it because you know we look behind the hour. Let me see how best we can start this. I got it pieced together here, and you know I look at this information when I'm compiling, and I'm thinking to myself like, man, we got to get this thing together. And the reason why I'm bringing this up tonight, by the way, let me just make it clear early. You see all the different bills they're doing, all different distractions getting right these days, a lot of distractions. You see this digital ID card. Now we would have talked about this before. And if you have never seen the video I have on digital ID, I have decided tonight I'm going to share some stuff with my general audience. Wait, let me see how I can do this because I had it queued up. Oh man, there's a few videos y'all have to. I mean, when I say have to go and watch, like absolutely have to go and watch without question. So what I want to do right now is really quick go to my page, politically incorrect. Let me see the home page. Let me see if I can get this real. Let me start by sharing this one first. If you're now joining us for the first time, if you join us already, you might be, you know, might be a familiar family member here on politically incorrect. If you on YouTube, this is the place you want to go. Facebook is a bit more complicated, but I'm just going to go to YouTube one. That might be a little easier for most folks. Let me just add this real quick. This is the page you got to go to. Let me make it clear. Go to politically incorrect. Make sure you type it in correct. Otherwise, you can't find me. It's a shadow ban thing. You may never find me on this. Politically in-correct. Make sure you go on the page. And this is the home page. So right now, this is the one we're watching live. That's why we're up here and a whole bunch of other stuff, a lot of other videos. But before you get to the other videos, go to the live, the page that says live, and click on live. And when you click on the live, there's a whole host of different lives that are on there. And you can go through and go through and go through and, you know, pick which one. But there's one or two in particular that I want you to pay attention to. Going back to home page. There's one or two I want you all to pay attention to. The one is the one on the ID, the digital ID. You gotta go ahead and watch that. Is the digital ID. Let me go to the live. Let me go down. Is the digital ID this one me and Motley. Let me just scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Let me go down. Yes, there's so many of them. If you all have seen this for the first time, here we are. Now there's like, well, there's three. Why is the digital ID so dangerous? You know, this is one of them for sure. It has this one here. You see Trudeau on the thumbnail. Why is the digital ID so dangerous? You got to check that out. You got to check this other one here. What are the 7 deadly sins of the Trident ID? Definitely got to check this one out. And this one here, you see with all lovely prime servant, is the digital ID illegal? This one is featuring Caswell Franklin sharing some information, but I put a lot of information up as well. You got to go and check it. You got to go and check it. And the last, well, and the next one is this one. What is digital identity, and why should you care? This one right here with the green screen, looks like a little cyber thing, a lock. You got to check this out. Reason I'm saying all this is because it is all relative to what I'm going to share tonight. Because while you were sleeping, we didn't realize what they were doing. And what they were basically doing, like, well, those videos will show you what we discussed and set the foundation. We've been saying this. And now they're literally doing it very quietly. And a lot of folks are not paying attention. You know, for example, the whole idea of getting money from the government now in terms of welfare and whatnot, a lot of young ladies are getting, and this is how they're going to approach it. They're going to approach the women. Why? Because the women are the mothers, and most mothers take care of the children. So if the men are not producing and not bringing in what they're supposed to, well, guess what? The women got to turn to the system. And what happens then is that, well, you want this welfare housing, you want this, you want that. Well, you got to get the ID card because we're not giving out checks. Like I said, you got to get the card. The money's going to be placed on the card. So you're going to have to get, if you want the money, you got to get the card. That's how they're going to rope people into it. If you want the money, you got to get the card. And if the money starts to get scarce, which the money is not trickling down, because, you know, taxation with no representation is exploitation. The people are being exploited and they don't know it. So recognize how they're going to rope you in now. The problem is we can't allow the system to put all this control information on one card. Because on this one card, if you're going to have your ID, your bank account, all this information pertaining to you, whether you could take the bus or not, whether you could travel and do all this other information, all this stuff they're going to put on the card. The problem with that is basically this. When they do it like that, like for example, when Facebook decide I've said something that violates a rule, they put a pause on my page. There's nothing they can do about it. They control that. So if everything is on your card, it puts them in a place where they can control everything, because what they're going to do is slowly pull you away from physical cash, and put you now into this digital world. The problem with the digital world is that, well, the average person is buying a Bitcoin and Ethereum and a whole host of other coins are available on the market right now. The government is trying to put their own coin on the market called, you know, the CBD, government digital currency. You know that one? Yeah, well, guess what? There's a problem with that. But I'm going to play the video and let the video explain itself in a minute. So for those who may not necessarily know, go check the page out and you can check those joints out while you're at it. In addition to that, in fact, let me say this as well. I mean, there's so many on there. Like, I get caught up even trying to watch some myself. I just don't want to, I'd be glued to the seat. There's so much information. I never really stopped to realize there's a lot of information on here that folks would eventually take use of and, you know, come to realize. But there's some that you can't miss. Here's another one for you that I strongly advise you go and watch, especially in light of what's going on now. Let me put it this way. There's one here, and ISIS. I think ISIS was the one that brought this to the forefront. She said, y'all need to go and watch the one with Scantleberry, the brother Scantleberry. This was during the time of the general election in Barbados. The voice of the people. You know, the brother Omar was on here as well. Shout out to Omar for sure, and also shout out to the brother Lenroy Scantleberry. These two brothers right here that night took this to a whole different level, family. They really did, in terms of what was presented and what was shared. When you get a chance, you definitely got to go and listen to this particular program as well. Like I said, the general election in Barbados, the voice of the people is the name of it. It's one of the earlier ones as well, but you definitely got to go and listen. A lot of information was shared, a lot of food for thought. Why am I saying all of this? Because I'm setting the stage, I'm setting the foundation, because I want you all to realize that what this digital ID will do is literally create a prisoner. Another word for, I don't want to say slave, but in reality, I want to say prisoner. The reason I'm not saying slave is because for the most part, slaves are forced to work. They're forced to work and do things against their will. Whereas a prison now is just being kept and can be kept in limbo, not producing, not doing anything. You can literally lock a prisoner up in a cage and he don't have to work, do nothing. Just lock them up. Just arrest them. Arrest their development, mentally, physically, spiritually, economically. Just arrest them. What this card has the full potential to do. Y'all can't imagine. They can literally arrest you digitally and there's nothing you can do. You can't move, you can't buy, you can't sell. Now, the Seventh-day Adventists and a few other churches will be talking about end time prophecy and the mark of the beast and this kind of stuff. I don't get into it. I don't to get into that part. What I will say though is that this particular card in its initial stage, because at some point they're going to get rid of the card as well. Because keep in mind, I have one right here. I don't even know if I have it right here. If I could. It's so small sometimes it just get away from me. I just keep it right here. On there. Here it is. Here it is. I got it. See, it's small, right? So it's get away from me. Right now, those cards are the cards are the cards. But the main part of the card that works is this part. This part right here. Let me see if I could get it so you can see it. This part right here. Can y'all see that? Can you see that? Yeah, I know you can see it. I know you can see it. Anyhow, if you can't see it, it's the chip. That little microchip. So small it is. So small that chip is. This right here is the value of the card. Don't get into all the plastic and all the pretty colors and all that. Don't let that. This right here, this little thing is as thin as a blade of hair. In fact, even thinner than a piece of paper. And they've developed this in such a way where they can roll this, make it look like a grain of rice, and implant this in your hand or wherever else. Now, where am I going with this? The central bank digital currency, the CBDC, is an issue because when they digitalize, they'll make the currency digital in a sense where they bring you and offer you their own currency. There's a reason why they're doing that, and that is for complete control. And let me tell you something, family. Let me get into what I'm going to share tonight. Make sure you tell a friend and tell a friend. We don't want to miss this tonight. What is the law of taxation? Taxation. This is the law right here. Let me show you. First of all, we're going to ask ourselves, what is tax? What is a tax? If I ask you right now to tell me what is a tax, let's begin by understanding the meaning of what is a tax, because tax is a fee. They say is what they call it, your contribution towards the society, but it's really a fee that's charged by a government, on any product, income, or activity. Now, why is that? Why is that? There are two types of taxes. There's direct taxes and indirect taxes. And what I mean by direct and indirect, you got the ones you pay to market that you ain't got to say, and you got the ones that they tell you up front that you got to contribute to, especially income tax. I keep telling people the income tax is not what you think it is. It is definitely not that. Let me just put this video up here. I'm trying to think which one to share first because I want to put it in such an order that it rolls together. I think the best place to start is with this right here. Yep. This is where we're going to start right here. Part two. Part two. Imposition and extent of taxes. Let me go ahead. Let me put it up on the screen. Let me put it on the screen. Let me put it on the screen. Let me make it bigger. There you go. Try to get it where you can see this thing clear. There you go. We ain't playing. Now this is where it's at right here, finally. By the way, let me go to the top. Let me share this link as well. I want y'all to realize this thing, man. This is cap 73. It is called income tax. Income tax. And this is a lot of information to unbox, family. So you've got to keep up with me tonight. I apologize in advance if it gets a bit confusing. Please bear with me here, man. I'm just sharing the information as I see it. And this is from the this is actually from the Barbados Law Courts.gov.bb. This particular PDF. Download it. Make sure you put it on your phone when you're on the bus on the ZR. Kind of read through it, skim through it, get an understanding of the language of it, so you can have at least the information mentally to start to make sense of it. This part two, imposition and extent of taxes. I go back to the beginning though, right here. This is Cap 73, Chapter 73 of the Income Tax Arrangement of Sections. Now, Part 1 and Part 2. Let me say this early out, right? The whole point of your income tax is the government claiming that they're taxing you for your income. Your income is an agreement you have made, not with the government. Your income is it's an agreement you made with your employer, not the government. Remember what I said just now about tax by definition? It's a fee charged by the government on a product, income, or activity. Well, the tax, what they call the income tax, by the way, wasn't an agreement you made with the government. You did not make a contract with the government. It's a fee they put on you. It's a charge they put on you, but you did not make an agreement with them in no form or fashion. So then why are they getting between the contract between you and your employer? And the thing is, what your income is, it's an agreement you have made to exchange goods. Well, let me phrase that. Exchange, in some cases, goods or service in exchange for what they call an income. Now, these words are interesting because if your boss was to be giving you an income in the form of, let's say, yams, for example. If y'all bartered, for example, you work with someone, and rather than take money, you took your salary worth of goods from your boss. Let's say your boss was a man that's selling eggs, and you worked that month, and rather than take the money that they want to pay you, you took the value of it in eggs wholesale and left with the eggs. How do you pay the government the percentage of eggs? How would you do that? I mean, after all, that is what y'all agreed to. Let me show you the scam. That is what you agreed to. So how would you pay the government the percentage of the income? Depending on which tax bracket you fall under. It might be, I think, 17 or 28 or something like that. I don't have the numbers offhand, but I'll get to that in a real second. So how do you pay that? Where do you pay it to? Do you go down to the revenue department and drop a crate or two on the counter and walk out? And then how do you claim a return on the eggs you paid your income tax with? You couldn't. They would have no control or jurisdiction over your eggs. None. So why is it that you seem to think they have control over the money that you're paid? Because you agreed to it. You agreed to pay them that by giving it to them, which you shouldn't. Because if it was any other form of income, notice it said income. So how does the government define income? And this tax, right, and this thing called income tax arrangement of sections and the preliminaries and so on and so forth, how do they determine income? What is the definition of income in this sense? What is it by definition? Is there a section in this law of Barbados that clearly defines what is income? They tell you income from business or property, income from all sources, and they go on and explain certain things. But where do they explain income exchanging goods for service? Where is it outlined? I've gone through this and I don't see it. Gone through it and I don't see it. Don't see it. I mean, we could go through it. We're not going through it now. entitlement to cash rebate. Well, wait a minute. Do we got a rebate if I give the eggs? Like maybe if I give an extra dozen eggs or something, do I get a rebate? If I drop an egg and it crack, can I claim that as a loss? My question is, how would it work? It wouldn't. It couldn't. So I'm saying, based on this whole law that they have here, by the way, this is the part I want to get to though. Let me go down here some more. Let me get to the part I really want to get to. And it's a long way down. So let me just scroll through this really quick. When did this income tax thing first kick in? Because if income tax was so relevant to the establishment and the sustainability and the development of a nation and the government in terms of moving forward and prosperity, from 17 whenever, in fact, from 16 whenever, when they first settled and established themselves for the Constitution in 1663 or whatever, the Barbados, what is it, Alex? The slave code and so on and forth. The what was it, man? What was it? It wasn't the Constitution at first. The Charter, yes, the Barbados Charter. At what point, if that was the case, how did the government function all that time? How did they function? How did they do it? If income tax is relevant, let me get down here to the point, man. Let me find it. I'm scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Let me see. I want to get to it. I want to get to it. All these parts and schedules and all this information. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is where I'm going with this, man. Chapter 73, income tax. The act respecting income tax. Okay, guess what? The first year you see right here is what, family? Let me see those who paying attention. Let me check the comments real quick. Who's paying attention, man? Let me see what's going on here real quick. Let me go there. I try to get the. I know I try to do the chat and then it don't work out because I can't keep up with y'all. Let me see. I see you, Daffodil. We're sending healing energy for the family, love and light for sure. Blessed love to you, moms, for sure, for sure, for sure. We give thanks for that. Shout out to Black Lion Security. I need to holler at you too. I won't call your name, but you need to holler at me as soon as you can, for sure, urgently. We got some things to address. Taxes. If you do the mathematics tax collection for Barbados, the government can repay these borrowed monies from the IMF. Taxes in Barbados are high, but the taxes does not go that way. That's what I'm telling you. That's not what the taxes is for. Of course, they can pay back everything. That's not what they're doing with the taxes at all. Greetings, family. We see you. We see you. Greetings to the Clark's family for sure. Show it to the Clark's family. So debt creates currency. All right, we're gonna get into that in a minute for sure. Barbados politicians are running Barbados like a dictatorship regime. Wake up, Barbadians, man. Noel, I wouldn't mind if it was that. It might be worse than that, man. Greetings, family. We see you too. I can't help but think that the churches teaches that the love of money is the root of all evil, and the system uses money to separate and control the people. Why hasn't the church made that link? I think the church and the state been put together. So the church is the state at this point, and the state is the church. Of course, we say that sarcastically. Of course. The problem with the cryptocurrencies is that the local banks block you from buying them. But we're going to get that in a minute, family. Greetings, Heather. Greetings. Shout out to you and the family, the Walker family. I want to get into this. Think of Robin Hood taking money from the poor. Whenever I hear the word tax, I think about, man, y'all are too much, man. Too much, man. I love y'all for sure, man. Let me see. Andy's preachers, pork, rabbits, etc. Noel said ants them, but he said I'm afraid of ants. Them too, they lied to. Oh man. This is the word tax, an abbreviation. I can only imagine what it stands for. The church earns for 10% of your earnings. Well, I'm trying to get down to the numbers. Okay. What's the date on that, family? Income tax, man. Who's paying attention? It's 1968. 1968. Comes on to the 2nd of January, 1969 commencement. So if I'm to understand this correctly, I mean, again, if I'm incorrect, please somebody help me here. Am I to make the assumption that the Income Tax Act of Barbados was implemented, the commencement of it was in 1969? So prior to that, how was Barbados functioning? How was Barbados getting stuff done? Who was doing the roads and stuff and the schools and stuff? How was all this stuff being done? How was it? How was it that this could come into play in 1969 and all now we still here struggling? There were amendments made, of course, over the years, 1992 and so on and so forth, and 1993, and it goes on and goes on and goes on. But am I to understand then that this came into law in 1969? And if so, how did we function as a country before that? Well, sorry, a colony. How was we able to sustain ourselves and do the works we got to do? Like I said, family, I just gave you the link to this one. Make sure you download it, take a look at it, look through it, try to study it, because you'll realize that the law of taxation is not what you think it is. Income tax, like I said, you was getting paid in some other form. How would the government tax you? How would you be able to claim and get a return? You wouldn't. So what exactly is the income tax and what is it used for? And is income tax optional? We might have to answer unionists this question, because the unionists are supposed to know what's going on in the two sectors, the government and the people. That their role is to be the mediator between the two. So they're supposed to be versed in the language. So someone might have to go and ask that question. And if you know somebody in the union or somebody who represents a union or have a union, you can ask the question and see what they tell you regarding income tax. Is it mandatory? Because the government doesn't have the authority to mandate anything. If you're governed by consent, they can't mandate it. How can they mandate it? Mandate it how? And if so, what is the law that says you have to do this? Where is the law that says, you have to pay income tax? Where is the law? We understand the law of income tax and how the government regulates the income tax. We see that. But where is the law now that states that income tax is the law, and if you fail to pay income tax, these are the penalties? Again, I don't know. Maybe they're there somewhere. Somebody could correct me and let me know. But having said that, like I said, that's one of the ones I want to show you. But where am I going with this thing with taxation? Well, one of the other things that came out in terms of taxation was another document. And that document, oh man, this rate gets sticky right now, family. This rate gets sticky. I want to share this. I want to share this. But let me play this video first. I think it's important that I play this video first. I think we need to understand this thing. This thing called VAT, family. We talk about it all the time. We complain about it all the time. You got income tax as the first issue. Let's go to VAT. Let's go to VAT. Where this whole VAT thing come from? Where you get this VAT thing from? Because the VAT was started in Barbados. And in fact, hold on a minute. Let me see if I can give away a free. No, I still got a shirt for you. But wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see if I can find one here. Let me see if I can find one here. Yes, I found one. I have another t-shirt here. Tonight. Politically incorrect. Y'all see it. Y'all know what time it is. We have a t-shirt here. We have a giveaway. Can somebody tell me when VAT was started in Barbados? When was VAT started in Barbados? Don't go Googling it. Well, I guess somebody might Google it. The first person to give me the answer, I got a shirt for you. When was the VAT started in Barbados? Let's see who's paying attention. Let's see what's going on. Alex said VAT 15%, 997 to. Wait a minute, man. Move people from land rent to land ownership, which then will put the people on the land tax roll. Land tax roll. Well, technically, he has a point. He has a point. Some folks are coming in. I see some numbers. No city be back for crop over. For sure, for sure, for sure. Jack Cullen is saying 1968. It's close, but not close enough. Somebody's saying 79. No, 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 no. No, you already got a shirt, man. Come on. You already got a shirt there ready. Come on, man. I got one put down for you, Noel. You can't have two. In all, well, you could have two, but I suppose I want back, what I say? I want back all the VAT I was paying and didn't know about. LOL. T-shirt come. A t-shirt come with that too. Y'all are too much, man. We have a winner. We have a winner. We have a winner. Somebody's quick on the draw. Miss Ann Welch. Miss Ann Welch has hit the nail, the proverbial nail on the head. The 1st of January 1997. Believe it or not, prior to 1997, there was no such thing as VAT. Can y'all believe that? There was no such thing in Barbados as VAT prior to 1997. They had a whole different system in place. It was imposed by Oinatha, by the BLP. Oh, wait a minute. Smiling butterfly. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. This is interesting. Because you're saying that in 1997, the BLP was ruling Barbados, correct? Correctamundo, man. Correctamundo. So in 1997, on the 1st of January, Barbados joined a growing number of countries that have implemented this thing called a VAT, which is really, like my friend said earlier, it's an acronym. And VAT stands for Value Added Tax. Well, value added tax, right? Well, guess what? The value added tax was supposed to replace a system they had in place at the time that, that was supposed to make things a lot more easier. It was supposed to replace a lot of, well, what they felt was the complexities of taxation in different forms at the time. So they figured they'd put it under one umbrella. I'm actually creating a video to post on that personally on YouTube, well, on Facebook as well. So I'm working on that as we speak. But the whole point of that was supposed to put things under one umbrella. The problem is that the administration at the time felt that it was going to be an advantage. Well, let me rephrase that. They claimed that it was going to be an advantage to the people by doing so. It was supposed to be an advantage to the people by putting this VAT in place. It will help boost the economy as well and reduce certain sectors and whatnot. But guess what? The VAT didn't really help Barbados as they said it was going to help Barbados. And that's a fact. And how do I know that's a fact? Well, according to this document right here, let me get into it. According to this document, now this document right here, let me go ahead. A review of the VAT system in Barbados by, well, you see the names right there on the screen, family. I ain't gonna tell you. I ain't gonna tell you. Once you see those names on the screen right now, you already know who this is. Who is it? The Central Bank of Barbados. Now, why am I going this direction? Because like I said, taxation without representation is exploitation. We as a people don't get representation, but we get taxation, which equals to what? Exploitation. So the taxes we are paying is not for the benefit of the people. So who benefits from this? Well, according to the Central Bank of Barbados, not me. In fact, wait a minute. Let me listen. I'm going to give you all these links, right? Download them as soon as the program finishes. If you can download it now, even better. Let me post this link too, because there's a tendency when I speak on certain things in Barbados and websites, including one in Codland College and a host of other ones. What happens afterwards sometimes is I'll go back to these sites and I'll get a sign saying 404. This site no longer exists or can't be found or is under construction or something along those lines. In other words, they take them down, or they hide them, or reroute them, or I don't know what. I don't want to speak out of turn. I don't know exactly what always happens, but I do know that sometimes I go back and I cannot find the same links. So when I give you these links, right now I'm streaming directly from these links. So go get it while it's hot. Monica Inch, we see you. Good night to you too, family. Belly says she forgot started later. Maria's answering the question, where is the value? Good question, man. Good question. Alex is saying the VAT was the VAT was only to last 18 months. Later they added 2.5% more for garbage trucks, and the 2.5 was to be removed after the trucks hit the streets. Well, the trucks are here and the VAT still 17.5, which is fraud. Well, a lot of trucks didn't even work anymore neither. It's another conversation. I think we got new trucks since then. So yes, Alex, a lot of it is fraud, but the whole thing is fraud to start with. But again, we acquiesce, we keep submitting to it, and then we go and we march and protest, and this is fine to bring awareness. My suggestion is just stop paying it. Period. Make them show you. In fact, stop paying it. And if they try to bring legal actions, tell them that is not a problem. Show you the contract where this is what you do when you go to court. This is what you do. Or they send you a letter, get a letter and respond to them. You can even give us a call, a number on the screen. We will help you prepare the letter to send back to the revenue authorities. We'll prepare the letter to send right back to them, because the revenue authorities is not who you think they are. In fact, hold on, let me put the picture up tonight. I want to put the picture up tonight, because I only took this the other day. Let me go ahead and post this as well. Let me go ahead and put this. I'm going to send it to myself so I can show you what it looked like. Let me send this to you. There you go. Right, there you go. Yeah, that should be it right there. When you go and see those, if you reach a point where you stop paying and they contact you and tell you something or the other, tell them that's not a problem. I don't have a problem with that. 27 years of fraud, family. Unless Ralph Torn is breaking his silence and speaking of these different frauds that he is clearly perpetuating by not even speaking on it, let alone admitting that the Mia Motley-led administration is doing all these things and all this money and all this blah, 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 yada, 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 rah, rah, rah. Let me get to the real heart of the matter, man. You say it for the people, Ralph. Oh, Ralphie, you say it for the people. But you need to speak on the things that are most relevant, like the fraud about the taxation going on in Barbados, not the ones that they're trying to put on now. Let's deal with the ones that are already in place. Let's deal with the fraud. Don't tell me nothing about Mia Motley. She no come to the block. Well, let me not say she no come to the block. She's no kid on the block, in some sense. This fraud been going on for decades. Decades, man. Let me speak on that. Let's have a conversation about that. This document by the central bank was done in, what year was that? I think they said a year earlier here. Yeah, this CBB working paper was 2012. 2012. This was done in 2012. That is sufficient time to analyze from 1997 to 2012. That is sufficient time to analyze exactly how this thing working. That's about 15 years, if my math is correct. 1997 and 2012 take away. Yeah. So my thing is, well, wait a minute. Central bank had ample time, and the research, by the way, research and economic analyst department. This is supposed to be the brainiacs amongst us. And so this study was first study that this is the first study that compared the yield of the value added tax in Barbados with that of the regime of consumption tax, which preceded it. Now the consumption tax, what was before that? And in this paper, it goes on. This was again October 2012. It goes on, and they outline that actually. I mean, I don't know if I highlighted it. Let me see. The study. Let me see. They got a conclusion. Was there a conclusion? I think so. Value added tax stabilization and the VAT tax before and after VAT. There's charts as well. I'm looking for the section that outlined it earlier. Where did I find that? Prior to introduction of the VAT, consumption duties amounted to about 39% of indirect tax revenue. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? All right, hold on. Because I scroll back up to the top, right? The section I had, I don't even recall where it was exactly that I wanted to read and show you, where they basically said that actually it didn't work out how they thought it was going to work out. What they study have shown is that the value added tax didn't quite do what it was supposed to do. But anyhow, let me go on. That document is there. Y'all may have to read that to see. But what this document outlines, family, is that the so-called VAT did not do what it was supposed to do. The document is right there, done by the central bank. You go check it for yourself. Like I said, download it, put it on your phone, read it when you're going to work. It's in the first section. It's not too long, but there's a lot of information. Go familiarize yourself and understand that we have been taken to the cleaners as a nation, this thing called tax, this thing called VAT. Now you got the source tax. I mean, we ain't gonna even talk about the source tax. By the way, it's not really a source tax, you know. If you look at your water bill, you see the words contribution. It's your contribution. Well, if it's a contribution, I would like to think that I can volunteer to contribute or not contribute. So if you don't pay the contribution, they take the money out of your bill and put it towards the government first. That's interesting. So I'm to be deprived of paying my water bill. I can't put the consumption in the background and just pay my water so my family isn't deprived of having water. What they have done is, even the water authority is in cahoots with this, because they take the money from you, and rather than put it towards your bill to take care of your responsibilities financially, they take part of it out and put it towards the consumption and put the remaining value towards the water. So we're not adding value, we're reducing value by paying your consumption first. Imagine this, the water authority making that decision. Did you authorize them to do so? And if so, where is the documentation where you agreed to do so? Because when you fill out your form to get that water meter put on your house and you sign that bottom to exchange your financials for your currency for that water, where did you say you agree to pay the consumption, have them rather have authority to take the funds that you pay towards your water and put it somewhere else? Where did you agree that? So there's a lot of legal violations taking place right here, a lot of lawful violations, but definitely including that illegal violations. And again, my people are destroyed because they lack knowledge. They lack knowledge. So we got to bring this up to par. So when we talk about taxation, let me show you what England has done with our taxation, by the way. Let me show you really quick what our taxation has gone towards. Remember, I answered the question before. If income tax was so relevant, what were they doing prior to that? The system, what were they doing prior to that? They were literally stealing your hard-earned currency and then converting it over the years, all the years. Where does the VAT go? Where does the income tax go? I suggest, you know, look into the, in fact, let me show you where a lot of this money has gone over the years. Let me play this video. Let me play this video. Now, this video, family, for those, viewer discretion is advised here, family. Let me just say that in the early. In fact, let me take a sip myself. Hold on. And no, not advertising cranberry ocean spray. I'm not advertising that. And well, I have a shirt for you. I think these are the masculine ones. If I find, I should have another one here that is the females. The female shirts are a different cut. They have a more V shape, but you're welcome to whichever one you choose. The shirt is yours for sure. But viewer discretion is advised at this point. This video right here, mirror, it may incite some kind of emotion. I don't know. So please be advised. Be advised.
The gold vaults of the Bank of England store bars worth around £200 billion. They hardly let anyone film them, But the BBC's Frank Gardner was given rare access. He was allowed to go down, although he was closely accompanied by the Bank of England's executive director.
It's incredible to look at, but it doesn't do anything. Why is it so valuable?
Partly because it's rare. It is globally recognised. People want gold, so it creates a market.
Gold reserves, mined from countries all over the world, are held down here for safekeeping. This is the second largest gold vault in the world. It's incredibly rare to be allowed down in here, and the numbers are staggering. There are over 5,000 tons of gold bars down here. They're worth more than £190 billion. If you stacked all of these one on top of another, they'd be 9 miles high. There's enough gold here to make 1 billion gold wedding rings. If you scraped all of this into gold leaf, it would be enough to cover the UK 6 times over. What would this be worth, roughly?
£475,000 at today's market price. And most bars are in this, what we think of as a trapezoid form. Mm-hmm. It makes it easier to handle. But this bar here from the United States is in the form of brick. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York, it is built on bedrock, so the gold can be stacked one on top of another. Here at the Bank of England, because it's built on clay, we have floor loading limits, which is why we have the gold in pallets.
During the Second World War, the vault was turned into a staff canteen, with all the gold being temporarily shipped off to Canada. And ever since the bank was founded in 1694, no one has ever stolen the gold.
Globally
No one has
recognised.
ever stolen the gold.
Want gold, so it creates a market.
Gold reserves mined from countries all over the world.
Let me just say this, family. I just want y'all to understand the magnitude of what this is. The magnitude of what this is, family. Now, like I said, they never needed your tax money because these countries are all connected. Don't get tapped with Barbados and England because all these years of, colonialism and the Queen has stayed ahead and whatnot. Barbados been sending money to England. I mean, after all, we became the colony. So when they started collecting all these taxes, where was all this money going? They tax an entire country, suddenly income tax. But if the money from the income goes to running the country, then where these loans are coming from? Where's the loans coming from? The IMF, what's the point of these loans in the first place? Well, let me get into that real quick. Remember, I was just telling you about the document that I want you all to read. Let me get into it. Let's go back to that for a second. This is the one right here that talks about the central, well, not the central bank, the VAT itself. Let me show you this real quick right here. Let me go here real quick. Just something I want to share with you real quick. I'm going to give you this document as well. Let me give you this one as well. Let me get the link first of all. Again, this is from the central bank. Let me copy it. Let me go ahead and post this link so you can download this link. Post it in the comments. The links are in the comments, family. You must download them. Let me see what page this is. Oh, this is page 2 of 16. Let me go to the top. This is the Barbados, the development of a value-added tax. Yep. This is the official document that outlines that literally how they went about developing the VAT and why they developed it. You see, the key point here is the why. We know the what. We didn't know the why or the who. But I'm going to give you both of those two right now. We know the what. The what is the VAT they created, the value-added tax, what they call. All right. Let's get into it a bit. I just want to come down here a second to give you a brief overview of where it started. And like Anne said correctly, I don't think the link was posted on Facebook, but I'll get it. I get it up. They show me an error. I'm not sure. But anyhow, the VAT that was created on January the 1st, 1997, although there was a lot of background behind the scene work going on. Can anybody tell me why you think this was introduced? Of course, they claim it was supposed to add value to the country. Among the reasons Barbados implemented the VAT, among the reasons for Barbados implementation of the VAT was A, to reduce the complexity of the existing indirect tax system, B, to reduce the high level of duties and taxes on imported extra-regional goods, and C, to avoid cascading the complexity of the system. Well, wait a minute. Had been known for some time, but efforts to correct it had been limited. Well, indeed, the only attempt to ever correct this was the failed attempt at a sales tax in the 1970s. Okay. Justification. I'm looking for, oh, here we are. In the 1970s. Anyhow, let me early development. Yeah, let me go here. Listen to this here, family. We ought to listen to this carefully. All right. We ought to allow me to paint this picture for you. This is a serious thing. Make sure y'all download these documents, read through them, get a better understanding of how the people of Barbados are being exploited. Not everybody's going to be interested in this stuff. A lot of people can care less, but those who need to pay attention need to pay attention. Early developments. In 1979, Professor John Dew of the University of Illinois did a comprehensive study entitled "Indirect Taxation in Barbados." His mandate was to recommend measures to add development, improve equity, simplify the indirect tax structure, and improve the operation of the indirect taxes. This is what the VAT was supposed to replace. As a result of the study, it was recommended that since the single stage sales tax and the consumption tax were unsuitable, a VAT should be implemented. This is in 1979. All right. However, instead of implementing the recommendations, the government sought to expand the consumption tax regime and add a stamp duty in the early 1980s. Approximately, now listen, this is the part, listen to me here carefully, family. If you ain't get nothing all night, get this part again. We keep talking about government, right? Ralph and these guys and me and everybody else. This is what matters the most here, right? Listen to this part here. Approximately 10 years later, and under, hold on, let me highlight this real quick. Approximately, I don't know if y'all can see the highlight. Approximately 10 years later, and under an IMF stabilization and structural adjustment program. Let me highlight it, man. Approximately 10 years later, and under an IMF. Y'all listening? Y'all listening to this right here? Under an IMF stabilization and structural adjustment program. Tell me, where have you been hearing that language lately? Where have you been hearing that language lately? And if the BLP was in power then, and the BLP is in power now, family, we need to understand the ramifications of what I'm saying and what is being suggested by the current language based on what had happened before. Those who fail to learn from history is doomed to repeat it. So approximately 10 years later, and under an IMF stabilization and structural adjustment program, the government, with the assistance of not one, but two IMF consultants, set about the task of preparing empirical estimates of the impact of the proposed VAT, value-added tax, and exercise in Barbados. Oh man. The government, with the assistance of not one but two IMF consultants, set about the task of preparing empirical estimates of the impact of the proposed VAT and exercises in Barbados. Out of the estimates, a VAT rate of 15% was deemed adequate to replace the plethora of consumption tax, surcharges, etc. Family, you cannot make this up. It was the IMF that put that on Barbadians, man. And why? Because they obviously, the then government, whoever they were, made a deal with the devil. And we ain't had a clue. We're going to send our consultants. They're specialists. They'll go ahead and give you, they'll sort it out for you. They'll tell you exactly what you need to do. Family, you cannot make this stuff up, man. You cannot make this stuff up. It's right in front of you. And again, you know, this is about 16 pages. The more you read through this and see how they did this, listen, this is going to blow your mind, man. This is going to blow your mind. Make sure you download this PDF again and empower yourself. Knowledge is power, family. Straight up. Stop paying it. And then they answer your question, ask them to produce the contract for the court that states you agreed to pay. If there's no contract, there's no agreement. I didn't agree to that. And I am voluntarily giving it neither. Straight up. Straight up. It's a hoax. It's a fraud. And again, until these unionists and these lawyers / politicians / crossover, this is basketball, start to tell you and start to speak this language, you can't trust them. Yeah, he said it again. You cannot trust any of them because they fail and they continue to fail the people by not speaking the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth that they claim they want to speak to you. They keep telling you what they know you want to hear. It is well with my soul. I say it, that hell, the devil is a liar. How could it be well? How could it be well? If you're that ignorant to these facts, then you're not the one to lead, straight up. And if you are aware of these facts and you don't tell the people these facts to lead the people correctly, then you definitely not adequate and really the one to lead. So my people, be aware and be cognizant of the lies, man. What is the law of taxation? Tell them to produce the law. Tell them to produce the law. They can't. It does not exist. But wait, family, I ain't done yet. Got another one for you. Wait. The central bank digital currency, family, is going to be a problem. It is going to be a problem. I don't want to show the whole video right now because of time. And so what I'm going to do is just, I'm going to go ahead and play the part of it that, I'm going to go ahead and play the part of it that I need you to focus on right now, which is more important. This right here, my friend, my friends and family, is the director. In fact, before I go there, this is the, the CBDCs, the central bank. Now remember, the central bank in Barbados is involved in this thing. Don't get tired with it. But even the broken clock is right twice a day. They got to tell you what's going on. But the central banks, this is the general manager of the Bank of International Settlement. So I want you to listen to this carefully, very carefully. I don't know how long it is. I think it's maybe a minute or so. I want you to listen to what I'm about to play. Let me check the comments really quick though. Whoa. Do you know it's illegal to own gold bullion in Barbados? Really? Says who? Says who? Sean, you got to show me that one. Sean, send me a link to the law or whatever part of the paperwork they claim is the law. Do you know do you know that our central bank cannot have gold reserves? Wow. So gold is at an all-time high. Somebody's asking who all that gold belong to. Shucks, man. This is why, right? Draxall ain't getting a dime of Barbadians. Look, man. Shout out to David Motley. I see you, family. We can't live without it. Yep. It's clever. It's all tactics, man. Just tactics. Just tactics. BLP, in 1996, BLP administration at the time said that the working class was paying income tax only, but put VAT on goods and services so that poor and unemployed don't be left out being robbed. Facts. Everywhere you go, everybody, they want to be in everybody's pocket. They want to be in everybody's pocket. And why is that? To control, man. Control. Control. Andrea, that is our goal, Andrea. Trust when I tell you. There's no, England don't have no gold mines. Just for the record. Just for the record. Slave gold. What is it? Slaves gold from slavery. These properties that BRA is selling, did the government exhaust all of these relative families that are connected to those properties before selling it? No, no, of course not. Of course not. In fact, let me get that one as well. I just wanted to play that one as well. I almost forgot it. I almost forgot it. That's why I give thanks. I know that's in the inbox. I gotta go in my inbox to get that one. I'm gonna give it to you tonight. I'm not gonna leave y'all out. I'm gonna get it tonight. Let me just go get that really quick. Let me go fetch that one really quick because I know it's in the inbox because I did put it here to share with you. I put a few things here to share with you. Okay, I have reloaded. Is this the one? Is this the one? I think this is the one. Let me see. Yeah, this is the one. Hit it in one shot. Let me go here first, though. I want to share this video with y'all. Why this is important. And before we do that, let me just share two more comments. Well, funny enough, the Muslim communities are the ones buying it up. We ain't paying attention, family. We too busy. Thanks, but I will be generous. You can give it to one of the ladies. Okay. Well, Anne is volunteering her shirt to be donated. I give thanks, family. For sure, for sure. And notice she said one of the ladies, not one of the gentlemen. So one of the ladies, Anne is volunteering the shirt to be donated. Y'all know how that works. I guess whoever showed me first the number and WhatsApp me would get that one. The number's on the screen. But they said they're robbing you as well. Houses that are empty are not using water, getting big water bills. Crazy. Because if it's a monetary thing, if you have a house that's shut down, you're not using it well, not using anything, you still have to pay this, it don't make sense. Again, it is robbery, all fraud. Alex said it all night. It is all fraud. Then a few years ago, created a give back called revised tax to minimum wage workers working under a certain pay weekly, aka or alias the 1300. Madness. Mark Twain said, what gets us in trouble is not what we don't know, it's what we know for sure that just ain't so. Oh man. It's always the IMF, economic hitmen. Family, this is a fact. This is a fact. This is a fact. This is crazy, man. The IMF, man. The IMF is very interesting. Very interesting. And look at the fact that it's BLP again. The DLP and BLP is just the right and the left glove of the same unseen system. So what they do is play this role. So one comes in and do certain things, and when they can exhaust themselves, you beg for the other one to come and pacify and soothe the wound. And when the other one has done nothing but soothe the wound, and you feel it heal again, you go right back to the other one. And it's been political ping pong, left or right, from the inception. From the inception. Look at the act that deals with foreign exchange. I can't imagine. We're gonna deal with that one another night for sure, man. That is definitely a good point, for sure, for sure. Shout out to Tim, family out in Ontario all day, every day, for sure, checking in. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Make sure you share this with the whole of Ontario, the whole Barbados community, and my family in Montreal too. Y'all know who you be. Greetings to you two more. Peace, peace, peace. Pure corruption going unseen around this little island. No, no, no. It's not unseen. It's very much seen. Let me let me put this one here right now. Let me do this one here first. Now I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I will play a part of it, the major part of it. And I'll give you the link for those who might or may not have seen this one. Where Alex at? Alex, you still there, Alex? You don't want to miss this, Alex. You do not want to miss this at all. At all.
Here that I hold in is a document, a land I purchased in 2005 in Hillaby, St. Andrew. This road here is the road that was break down at the time where the bus used to run, but they come then and they take up my land that here, and I had the bus turn around on it. They had the bus turn around on it without no permission. And now
your lawyer wrote to them?
My lawyer wrote to them many times, and I have never responded to she in no way or fashion. The last letter that she sent was last year in May, and I have not responded to her. We ain't getting away with it nor nothing. Now the same land now that they say now that because when I bought the land, I bought it with the intention of building a house, and they rejected it. So now with the same land now, this is a new road now that they build now. There's a new road now that they build now.
Leading to White Hill?
Leading to White Hill. On the same line that they say that I can put a house of it. So
your land stretches from where? Show us.
My land stretches from back here apart the old road was to right away up inside of here. But I got trees that you won't be able to see it properly, but right away up inside of there.
So this new road is on your land?
This new road is on my land. Before, they had the bus turn around, they had transport board bus turn around on it with no consent. They never write a letter and say, well, Miss Carrington, you will be using your land for a certain amount of time. They did nothing like that. When they come home one evening, they come home and see the road, the land push away, and it Barbara Green. That is the part that you would have put the house.
Which is where?
Which is right here. Because now that they come now to do the road, now to put other stuff there up on the road that got the road up. That kind of way.
Can you imagine this, family? You left and come home one day and find the land that you left to build your house on. You come and watch a road cut right through it. No word from the government whatsoever. The government basically took this land and did what they wanted to do with it. Took it and did what they wanted to do with it. Let me show you the fraud right here. Somebody said on the radio today, the government said to people that owe them, come in and pay or the property will be for sale. Let me ask the question, man, because this was get me. Mr. Ralph Torn, where you at, man? Where you at, Ralph Torn? You say it for the people. Why don't you speak on these matters, Mr. Thorne? Tell the people the truth about land tax being a fraud. It is a fraud. Here, look, I'll prove it in one statement. In fact, let me phrase that. I'll prove it in one question. So let me get this here straight. Let me ask my government here a question. So inquiring minds want to know, if you don't pay a land tax, we're going to sell your property to claim the taxes we claim you owe us to get it back. We'll sell it for the value of the tax you owe, despite the value of the land. We'll sell it for the understand the theft right now. We'll sell your property regardless of the value of it. We'll sell it for what is owed to us just so we can collect that money that you owe us, that we claim rather you owe us. Question, who pays the land tax on, according to you, all that crown land that your government owns? Better yet, the state land. who pays the taxes on state land? Because if you don't collect land tax on state land, then there's no need to pay taxes on land. So why then tax people that own land unless you claim they don't really own it, it belongs to the state? But then if it belongs to the state again, then why don't the state pay the land tax on the land the state claim it on? Why do people got to pay that? If you telling me you have the authority to take the land up because you still own it, hence people paying taxes on it, because if it belonged to them, they shouldn't have to pay you anything for it. A allodial title. I mean, if the people truly own the land they bought, and y'all work out the deeds and documents according to what you've done, then why they have to pay a tax on it? So if the land tax is a fraud and people don't really own the land so much so that you come and take it by way of sale to recoup, according to you, taxes you owed. When the state officially, unofficially owns the land, then the same rule apply to state land. Who pays the state land tax? That's the question. Because it don't make, none of it makes any sense. None of it. So let me ask a question then. This might sound facetious, right? So when did land tax become, when did the act of land tax, when was land tax implemented? Let me put it that way. When was land tax implemented? We got the paperwork to do on foreign currency, foreign exchange. You got one on land tax as well. You got to pull these documents up. You got to go look for them files, family, because they're liable to move and hide them. Okay? You got to get to them, man. The new money is fake. Not the last central bank governor, Mr. Haynes, his name is still on the money, and the new central governor has been appointed, and his name is not on the dollar bills. All fraud. Speaking of fraud in central bank, let me show this video right here really quick. I want y'all to pay attention to this, okay? This will be going right here. This will be going right here. Let me take this down for a second. I need y'all to pay attention to this video right here and listen carefully to this gentleman. And make sure the volume is up.
We tend to establish the equivalence with cash, and there is a huge difference there. For example, in cash, we don't know, for example, who's using a $100 bill today. We don't know who is using a 1,000 peso bill today. A key difference with the CBDC is that central bank will have absolute control on the rules and regulations that will determine the use of that expression of central bank liability. And also, we will have the technology to enforce that.
I don't know if y'all heard what this man just said, right? Or the ramification of what he just said, right? And by the way, like I said, this gentleman is a regular cat. This is a regular cat. This is international central bank. This is a different, this is who governs these central banks. This is the governor or the governors. Follow what I'm showing you, family. So the reason for the central banks looking to implement this central bank digital currency is so that the man just said we would have full control and know who's spending what, when you're spending it, where you're spending it, have full control over it. And also we will have the technology. We will, don't miss that part. We will have the technology to see what's going on. So if, for example, you ain't doing, if, for example, you want politically incorrect talking chalk, and you don't dare listen to Emmanuel and buying into this information he's telling you, you have a digital ID card, and you ain't complying, Shut it down. Shut it down. You can't buy or sell. Now, I was raised in the Seventh-day Adventist, well, Methodist first, then Seventh-day Adventist. You know, you go in church. And one of the things I remember there being, shout to Pastor Beckles, by the way. I think he was the first one that taught me this, but I would have heard it from him in one of his crusades. Yeah, Pastor Beckles is an interested man, because he's still alive, old warrior, interested man. This had a reflection. But Pastor Beckles taught this at a crusade once. I was young, but I used to pay attention. And he talked about the mark of the beast and the day coming that we can't buy nothing and can't sell nothing unless you have this particular mark. Now, like I said, my focus is not the mark, whatever the mark look like. But what I do know is that the banks right now are getting away from cash. We can't let them do it like that, family. That digital currency that they're trying to force you into on your digital ID will put you in a concentration camp. You'll become a prisoner. You're not even a slave anymore. You are now a prisoner. And what would happen is if you don't comply, you can't buy nothing, you can't sell nothing, you can't exchange nothing, because everything is on the card. And if they shut your card down, there's nothing you can do about it. You don't even know who or where or what. We cannot give them that control over us as a people. If there's ever a time to pay attention, family, it is now. It is right now. Don't mind all the distractions. Make sure you don't buy into that narrative. Got people right now going and getting their ID cards and going and pin them and put this currency. And the more folks they get on it, the better for them, because then they want to phase out the society and put us all in a position where we feel we have no choice. This is why we have to realize, family, it is time to come out of the system as we know it and establish our own. If we do not establish our own relationships and get away from these IMF banks and whatnot, and the only way we get rid of them is to get rid of the people who in bed with them from 19 long. Been in bed with them, been making deals and arrangements. Yeah, you read it for yourself. Been making deals and arrangements for the facilitation of entrapment of an entire nation. Economic hitmen. I mean, we know it by now. A lot of people see the videos, man. And I may feel guilty because I got a lot of these videos. I should just be posting every day, 2-3 videos a day. It's just the time to do that. On my Facebook page, like I said, my personal page, there's plenty of videos. But now that we have a politically incorrect family, I'm going to share the link to, we're going to put them up, because not everybody's on Facebook. I started putting some videos up, but don't worry, we're going to build a team, we're going to get it happening, family. But these cats is not playing at all, at all, at all. Do not be deceived, man. Do not be deceived. For sure, this thing happening. I got another video right here. This is it. No, leave that one. Anyhow, let me say this in conclusion. If we fail to realize what's happening, we want to fall for it. Remember when slavery ended in the Caribbean, these English slave owners were paid for the slave that they were owned by the Caribbean countries. Yes, they were paid for it. That's why they didn't look when they were bought out, and they left the land and went about their business, and therefore the overseer of the plantation continued it in place of Massa. So after a few years, he realized Massa ain't coming back, but he wasn't sure if or when he would come back. So sometimes they would take advantage of that and take control of the situation for themselves and their family. But a lot of people in Barbados may not be aware that Barbadian families own plantations. Not all were in bed with England. Some made deals to supply service, for goods and all that go. These people all about securing their pension. These politicians, they're not about securing their pension, because they don't get a pension. A pension is what you get after you retire. They get that money as soon as they come out. That ain't a pension. That is not a pension. That's a bonus for doing the good works that they did. The more work you did that you put in, we reward you accordingly. Yep, she was robbed by this government officials. Where the Chinese at? That's the road the Chinese were working on. That one right there for sure. I know that for a fact. I seen them there a couple times, man. In fact, I seen them occupying a few homes up there that I thought were derelict homes, but I see them living in them, working in them. I tell myself, wait, how this happened so? You were saying groups of people buying land 10 cents on the dollar. I'm saying people are just taking it. Only the guys are buying it. Because the government ain't selling that. Those lands are not being sold. They're just saying that, but they're not really selling them. They call in their friends, it go. Listen, I got something for you. Land taxes, rent. They have, I think, about 21 properties to sell very soon for land taxes. If you have a list, Monica, please post it, send it to me, inbox me something, get it to me so I can look at it. The last list I saw involved a gentleman I knew from somewhere there in the Bell. Well, the Bell, yeah, well, technically the Bell. And he was unaware of it, so we brought it to his attention. And again, it's just not right, family. Remember what Mark Twain said. Better yet, when did the people of any land agree to pay income tax? Agreed. That's my answer for the contract. Don't even tell them you didn't agree. Tell them no problem. My honor. Can the plaintiff produce the contract that says I agreed to pay that money that is owed? Yeah, let them do that and produce the invoice. That's what banks do with bank owned property. Sell the properties for the balance owed. Can we still pay government debts, e.g. borrow with cash? Listen, they got a new system in. It's called Pay Something, Easy Pay. You see, they roping you into this system gradually. Easy Pay. We don't take cash anymore. You gotta do Easy Pay online. You gotta do this online. You can pay a license online. You can pay this online, this online, this online, this online, this. And again, I'm not against the technology and advancing for the nation. I'm saying who controls the technology and what they do with it might be a problem. It might be a problem. And clearly, the way this thing is looking, it is going to be a problem. Serious, man. Wickedness for sure, Beverly. Seriously. That's more than deep, Noel. Yep, control credit score already in China. And that's what's going to eventually boil down to. That's what it's going to boil down to. Pure control. Not to mention how much money the politicians accumulate while in power. You already know it, family. She said, no, Emmanuel, they get their pension when they reach 50 years old. Okay, thanks, Gemma. So they don't get it automatically. Once they leave and they're 50 years old, they get it from then. Bonus, family, bonus. Because pension don't come when they retire. They get it when they reach 50. Wow. I was told the next pandemic would be digital electronics. In other words, they're planning to crash the digital internet network. Family, I keep telling you, find ways. Look, man, I can't stress it enough. Where is it? It's not too far from here. Oh, here it is. I've said this before many times, and maybe I'm at fault as well to some degree. Find ways to communicate. Make sure you get a radio, a two-way radio. Make sure you and your people got ways to communicate outside. Yes, there's regulations that you got to go and get license and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we know. I'm not advocating anyone have radios to communicate with each other and not at least notify the relevant stakeholders. Let me put it that way, because they're no authority, because I don't recognize their authority. I'm sure United States Embassy don't ask Barbados to broadcast nothing. The channels are scrambled and they can't even touch them. I am just saying, family, find ways, family, build your family, have family meetings, start talking to each other. You in the lodge, start talking with your brothers. You in the church, start talking with your family in the church. UniPTA start talking with people you know. Not everybody, because everybody can't go. Nope. Everybody can't go. Some folks don't want to leave Egypt, but find folks who are like-minded and have the conversation, man. And they say she is right. That's what they said today. But send me a list if you got a list. They got to post the list first. They just can't sell it. They got to post it in the paper. Usually it's in the newspaper. They have to post it. They can't on the radio. Okay, well, I'll check the paper and see if it's posted in the paper today. I'll check it. Noel said, if you don't have an electronic ID card, you're F. That ain't true, Noel, man. That is disinformation, Noel. I reject that, Noel. It will put the layoff rates through the roof, man. Look, again, it's to imprison the people. That's the whole point of it. Of course, quotes get laid off because we're gonna give you some money every month. But when we give you this money, you're gonna do what we tell you. If you fail to do what we tell you, well, we're gonna shut it down. Then you're gonna have to do what you have to do to survive. Different reality, man. I like this question, Tim. Tim, this is $1 million. This is $1 billion question, Tim. Where are these server farms that manage the digital data located? I'm pretty sure they're not in BIM. Well, to my knowledge, there are some companies here. I met a gentleman, again, I just been in the right place at the right time, who actually controls one of them that deals with collecting the information. Financial information is what he deals with. And I'm like, whoa. I can't imagine what that's like. But on a larger scale, you might be right. He may just be one of many. Because of course, you know this information, blockchain. The last time black folks saw a chain was slavery, right? Well, this is now the blockchain. We need to pick sense from nonsense. It is digital enslavement, digital imprisonment. We talk about Palestine all the time. No one is talking about what's going on in the Congo. Congo right now smelling hell for decades, man. Not a word, family. We in this by ourselves. I need to do a program on Congo, man. I should have been done that. We need to do, family, we in this by ourselves, man. Bottom line, we in this on our own. If we do not find a way to deal with this, then all I can tell you is, man, like I said, I can tell you this, man. I'm looking for, let me look for a particular tune here, man. Let me see if I can find this song, my brethren. Let me see if I could. I wanted him to do this song for Barbados for a while. I don't even know if I have it online. I have it on my phone. It might be on my phone, man. I ain't sure. I said the system full of frauds, then full of vultures. Gamble people like the demo. The system that should be so he got on back. Let me see if I can find it. The system. Not seeing it. Not seeing it. Not seeing it. Not seeing it. But nevertheless, I know it's on my phone. I had to sort my phone out. My phone literally, y'all don't want to go my phone. Serious phone issues. My phone batteries swell up. It got the phone separated from the case. The side wide open, the screen cracked. Somebody tell me it's going to explode. I said that devil is a liar. So I ain't messing with it, man. We get that sorted out. Just we gonna get up. Anyhow, family, what time is it? Let me up out of here, man. Be up out of here, man. Let me see how this goes. Let me see how this goes. VAT. Nah, I ain't seeing it, family. I looked for it, but I ain't seeing it. We had to put that one up tonight. Let that right out, man. Let that right out. Let that right out, family. We gonna call it a night, man. All right, Big Pen said Admiral Tibbet. Do it, Admiral Tibbet. Why not? Empress doing it, Admiral Tibbet, man. Doing it, Admiral Tibbet. We're going in the vault here, man. Yeah. I gotta find which one. This one here looks like it's a legit one. The other one came up. The other Admiral Tibbet came up. All right, this one right here. Let me put it on pause. Yeah, family. For the time being, share this one instead. This is where we at, family. The Prime Minister is about to receive an award from the whole organization. Yeah, I saw her getting the award. I mean, what else is she supposed to get for the work she has done? So they, the devil reward their own. It's just as simple as that. So we see that, but we already knew that was coming. Everything else is coming. Shout out to the family in the UK. We can't forget the UK family. Jackie, we see you. Night to you and the family as well. Shout out to the matriarch. I don't know if mom is watching now. If not, she'll see it first light. But love and light from Barbados. Nothing but sunshine. Nothing but sunshine. Nothing but sunshine. Love y'all overseas, man. That's right. Shout out to the family all day, every day. But Jackie, we about to pull up the stakes and camp out somewhere else, man. So we can give you an Admiral Tibbet before we leave out, according to my brother right there, Big PM. So this is what we dealing with, family. You gotta stay on your guard in these times, man. Yeah, I know it's a fraud already, man. Hold on, I pull that one from the beginning for Jackie, man. I know Jackie like that sort of thing, man. Jackie like that sort of thing, man. Jackie, where you at, Jackie? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Wait. Let's see you, family. Because Babylon system is a fraud. Greetings, family. Come around me, out of me yard. Because Babylon system is a fraud. Greetings, family. Greetings to everyone. They want come around me, out of me yard. They say them want me big, catch me afraid. See them have the angle and me have the beard. When me write them, I tell me say me wrong, like they want come mash up my reputation. But all them I do, they focus. All them I say, they focus. On regulation I don't obey. Them call themselves superior, and them say we are the inferior. Upon we guard. Because Babylon system is a problem. Daffodil, where at Daffodil? Dip on me yard, them want come run me out of me yard. Dip on me yard, because Babylon system is a fraud. You know it's a fraud, it's a fraud. Them want come run me out of me Don't fool you family at all, man.
It might have sound kind of cute, but the truth, it will be an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Them a capturer, them a murderer, them a exploiter and backbiter from the yard. Because Babylon system is a fraud.
We are big yard though, family. We are big yard, man. We ain't sleeping on this job at all, man.
Because Babylon
One said she does off, man.
Step on me yard. One come around me from me yard.
Step on your job, family. Don't doze. Don't snooze in these times, family. Pay attention here. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention, man. Pay attention.
Say them want me big catch me afraid. See them have the angle and a me on the blade. When me write them, I tell me send me wrong like you can't come.
Let me write this to be wrong, family.
But
Tell them don't take that thing, man.
all them are
Don't take the thing, man.
regulation.
Don't take the people that they should never take the thing, man.
All them said the superior.
Rastafari right here.
We are the inferior from the yard.
You big yard, family.
Babylon system is a fraud.
The system is a fraud, family.
Get from me yard.
What is the law of taxation?
Out of me yard.
There is no law.
Me get from me yard.
All fraud.
Babylon system is a fraud.
Jackie says she got company.
Yard. They want come run me. Out of
Ryan, Jackie says she got company.
I said it sound kinda cute, but the truth, it will be an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Them a capturer, them a murderer, them a exploiter and backbiter from the yard.
From big yard.
System is a fraud.
We from big yard. We from big yard, family. We ain't sleeping. We ain't sleeping. We're not sleeping at all, at all, at all, at all, at all. Yes, family, we give thanks for that tune there. That one there was, yeah, upful and joyful. Serious, 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 serious. I look. I like that tidbit though. Might put one more tidbit on the line here though. Might put one more tidbit on the line. Let me see which one I can put up there though, you know. What about
I said I'm coming again. The Admiral coming again. Yeah.
one more tidbit, man? Give one more tidbit.
Bring togetherness and togetherness bring happiness. Even if I'm feeling depressed, the only thing to wipe away my sadness now is the sound of the music.
Yes.
How could I refuse it? No matter what is my problem, when the music play, all my troubles are washed away. I couldn't believe it when the Babylon them said they turn off the music. It was from the beginning of creation.
Let me to stop playing music, man.
Set across the nation.
Never.
Said I couldn't believe it.
I can't believe it myself either.
Said they turn off the music.
Tell Rasta man to stop playing Rasta music.
Creation.
I'm politically incorrect.
All your unification.
You're mad, man.
It gives me strength in times of trouble. It helped me to overcome all my struggles. It's only a positive vibration. So don't stop the songs of redemption. Every time
To those who party with us now,
I see my people,
that's the love to each and every one.
Rasta getting
Shout
strong.
out to moms as well. Shout out to moms as well. We can't leave up mom at all, at all, at all.
Believe it when the Babylon themselves they turn off the music. It was from the beginning of creation.
Shout out to the matriarch. Moms, we love you from BIM. The whole world support you, mom.
I couldn't believe it.
But love and sincere energy to you, mom.
The music, it was from the beginning of creation. To bring
Got this one for sure, mom. We
unification.
got you covered, mom, for sure. Love is love.
I couldn't believe it. Babylon say
You can imagine that, Jackie.
down, then they
You can imagine that, Jackie.
music bring togetherness and togetherness bring
Give
happiness.
a bit togetherness in Barbados, family.
When I'm
feel
Bring the togetherness all day, every day, man.
thing to wash away my sadness, yo.
Thanks to 246 Major Vibes, man.
Say,
Works they doing, man.
could I
Go to Steve as well, man.
no matter
Alex, you already know, man.
when the music play, all my troubles are washed away.
Yes, yes, yes.
It, when the Babylon themselves turn off the music, it was from the beginning of creation to spread the message across the nation.
Send the message across the nation, family.
Believe it, when the Babylon themselves turn off the music,
Send the message across the nation, man.
beginning of creation to bring us.
We can forever beat the drums and sing, man.
Yeah, it gives us strength in times of trouble. It helps me to overcome all
Shout out
that.
to Kathy.
It's only the positive vibration.
Shout out to Kathy. She said, Divine Night, bro. Love the sweet lyrics.
Every time the music plays,
Every time the music
we
plays,
get together. Rasta getting stronger.
Rasta getting stronger, family. Getting stronger, family.
Believe it, when the Babylon themselves turn up.
There you go. Wait, who next there though? I don't want to play that with a Sizzler. Jeez, well, look, if I don't go no family and I play music the whole night, I keep saying one of these nights we gotta do it just a music night. We gotta pick a Saturday night. Let's have a Saturday night gathering. I don't want to call it a line. I don't know like them terms too much, but we can just come together, man, just play some music, share some comments, and maybe even share a testimony or two. We could do it on a Zoom. We could do it on a Zoom. And I've been saying so for a minute. In fact, been saying so for a minute for real. I think it's time we make that happen, man. Just do a Zoom and we just come together, man, share lyrics and share testimony, because some people go through certain things, man, and sometimes just getting off your chest, you know, help you along this path called life. Called mental health is a serious issue among the family, man. We don't take it that serious, man. But the music just kind of soothe the soul, man. I ain't talking about bend over and cock up music, you know. I deal with pure meditation. Shout out to Armageddon again for life, man. Mix master, man. True selector, man. But we give thanks. Ron said, Mom was awoke and the youngins like us dozed off. Mom is an old veteran, Ron. That's what happened. Jackie said, let the good vibes flow, man. No, I say he coming to Barbados to probably need to. I am a workaholic. Yeah, no, you gotta take time for yourself, man. A good area to enjoy the line. We gonna plug you in. Don't worry. You got the Fade family. They gonna plug you in, man. David, we gonna sort it out, man. All day, every day, man. For sure. Jackie said we were topping up beauty sleep. Ryan, that's what's going on. You're topping up the beauty sleep. Y'all are too much. Anyhow, family, it's that time. We've been here almost 2 hours already. I know the time flies fast when you're having fun. According to Jeanette Jackson, funny how time flies when you're having fun. We doing karaoke night or something, family, man. Yeah. I might just do one tidbit on the way out while we at it. Why not? Let me see which one I can pull, man. I mean, one more tidbit for real, man. Big P, you started, man. You started for real, man. You started, man. You started for real, man. I gotta put sign there. One more tidbit, man. Let me see what you can do. Let me see what come up here real quick. Let me see what the algorithm put in my box. And get one more. Daffodil, I ain't hear you, Daffodil. Where you at, Daffodil? Don't tell me you're going to sleep, Daffodil. I got the one, man. I got the one. Look, the spray don't look. Wait, hold on. Not yet. That was quick out the box, man. Tibbet, that was quick out the box, man. That was quick out the box. Let me play it, man.
We are living in a serious time.
Empress was there, man.
Don't let the devil blow your mind. The time is so serious, cantankerous and dangerous.
Serious times, family. Serious times.
It's only in the Father, you know I put my trust.
Trust the Almighty, family.
Time is so serious, cantankerous and dangerous.
Put your trust in the Almighty, not a man.
All over the world, everyone is in a heated rush. It's not everything good for eat, good for talk. Living in a serious time.
Like you said, pull it, man. Jackie, I can't help it.
We are living in a serious time. Whoa. Don't let the devil blow your mind. The time is so serious, cantankerous and dangerous. It's only in the Father, you know I put my trust. The time is so serious, cantankerous and dangerous.
Time is getting dangerous, family.
All over the world, everyone is in a heated rush. It's not everything good for eat, good for talk. I don't trust no shadow of the dark. They will walk and talk, eat and drink with you.
Thanks, smiling butterfly.
As if they are with you, but
it's food for thought, man.
Harm me, and I won't try to harm anyone. But when you think it,
food for thought, family.
Safety is a
sudden destruction. Pay attention, family.
Time is so serious.
Pay attention.
Cantankerous and dangerous.
Don't let Ralph Torn distract you.
It's only in the Father, you know I put my trust.
They all know it's a fraud, but they refuse to tell you the truth.
Serious, cantankerous and dangerous.
That's what me and Motley.
All over the world.
Thief hate to see thief with long bag, you know.
Yes. I'm always on the alert because I know that my life is worth. No one will push me around. I'm standing firm and judge the ground. People dying for hunger. Some children got no mother, no father. Nothing to earn. The more they live is the more they learn. The time is so serious.
Time is serious.
Cantankerous and dangerous.
We don't have a gathering, family.
It's only in the Father.
Put it to fear in the whole planning committee. Not that whole thing. Get the planning committee up and running, family.
Cantankerous and dangerous.
One a night to gather the whole community.
All over the world, everyone is in a heated rush.
Fly up and run. Let me pause this thing, man.
This is a serious time.
It's a serious time. Jackie, we see you.
Don't let the devil blow your mind.
Don't blow your mind, family.
This is a serious time.
Serious times, man.
Don't let the devil control your mind.
You tell a friend and tell a friend, man. We have a whole party on, like, a whole gathering. I ain't call it a party, man.
Just no shadow of the dark.
We're having a gathering, man.
And we'll walk and talk.
Pretty good vibes,
with you. Pretend as if they are with you, but I won't let no one harm me.
Yes, yes.
I won't try to harm anyone.
Sooner than later, too.
You think it's peace and safety, it's a sudden destruction. The time is so serious, cantankerous and dangerous. It's only in the Father, you know I put my trust. The time is so serious, cantankerous and dangerous.